Hello! I'm on a busy road and I'm trying to record a video. I'll explain in a moment, but I'm doing this out of order. I've recorded most of my video already, and then I realized I should probably do some sort of intro. So I'm going to be talking about my Sunbird in this video for the most part. And what I can't do, what I don't have time to do, is to go over the entire history of the car, what I've done to it, how far it's come since I found it in Junkyard. But suffice to say, I found it in a junkyard in March of 2021 and bought it for a self-birthday present. And, well, I'll just give you a 4-minute photo montage to the tune of the Super Mario World ending credits theme. So. I'm about halfway done with a 6-mile walk. I just dropped my secondary vehicle off to get the ball joint replaced, and I thought maybe I'd take this time to talk about the Sunbird a little bit. So, I'm about to make a roughly 1,000 mile round trip, road trip in this thing, and it is not ready, or at least it wasn't. So, all the different things that were wrong with it, all the things that are going wrong with it, but I have to focus and choose what to fix since I just don't have any time. I've had issues with the weather. Every weekend has been freezing, and every week has been blistering, so that's fun. Last weekend it actually wasn't freezing for once, and it stormed all weekend, so it's just been a shit show. As far as what needs to be done, the valve cover gasket leaks. The breather filter in between the valve cover and the intake needs to be replaced. I've got a weird gas smell that is, I think, from the charcoal canister, so I'm going to look into that. Maybe I can replace it. Maybe I can just blow it out with some compressed air. CV shaft is bad, but I think that's probably going to have to wait until I get to Indiana. Not that I can't replace it out here, I just don't have time. I need to grease all my ball joints. They're actually not bad, which is good. They're 35 years old and still working. Let's see here. I'm going to turn my camera off as I pass these guys doing the lawn. Love the guys. Very loud though. So, I also need to clean out the car. I need to sort my tools and choose what to bring because I can't bring all of them, and I shouldn't bring all of them. I need to get my new speaker system installed. I need to see if I can get my car aligned. I'm not sure if that's gonna... It's close enough. I just, don't want to wear out my tires too much. I also need to... That's a really low airplane. My air conditioning. One of the pressure sensors went bad. I don't know if it's the high side pressure sensor or the one on the compressor itself, the low side. They're not expensive, it's just, well, time, really. Just don't have the time. But the good news is, I've already done most of this. I'm recording this video the morning of my last day here in Iowa, at least before the trip. So, gotta put the phone down again. I've been unable to record for the last half mile because there was a flock of college students driving past in some trucks, and they just would, well, match speeds with me and start yelling and screaming every time that I started recording. But they're gone now. So, first things first. I needed to take care of the valve cover leak. I've always had an oil leak there ever since I got the car. It looked like someone just absolutely wrenched down on it. It had a nice rubber gasket, not the cork kind, a rubber gasket, but it just completely destroyed. So, here you go. Well, today's not going so great. Went to the glass place to get the windshield replaced, only to realize that they had misquoted me over the phone. And it wasn't $160, it was $360, and they wouldn't even do it because there is a tiny little bit of rust right there. So, also found out that my windshield isn't leaking because of the crack, it's leaking because it's not attached. It uses this old tape stuff. But anyway, that's fine. So I went to put on my windshield decal, my $40 windshield decal, and some teenager came running past and grabbed it and ripped it and ran off with half of it. So it's been a day. I guess at this point the only thing left for me to really do is to tackle the oil leak, which I'm pretty sure is just a bad valve cover gasket. So I've got a new gasket. And now all I need to do is make this stuff disappear. Somebody tightened the absolute shit out of this thing. Like, Jesus Christ. These ones are mostly fine, but holy crap. Cam looks fairly decent, which is good. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean this off and put the new gasket on. Alright, well, I've got the new gasket on, and I've been very, very careful not to just wrench on those goddamn things, but we should be good. And I've cleaned a little bit along here, just enough to where hopefully I'll be able to tell if it's still leaking out around there. But it's off to the parts store now, so I need to see. This is my I think that's my PCB filter. Whatever it is, it's clogged, so might as well go see if they still make them. Parts store didn't have the filter, but they could order it, so I've got to wait a day. But in the meantime, there is one thing I can do, and that is to grease everything. Well, I got the driver's side pretty well done, both upper and lower. The upper, of course, is only the tie rod end, but, you know, passenger side upper tie rod end, despite being the same brand, doesn't have a grease zert. And the lower ball joint, well, it was apparently never even threaded in. I bumped against it and it fell right out. I'll see if I can jack the car in the air later to get this done, but for now, that one's not making noise, so I'm just going to hope that greasing this side will clear up my clunk. We'll see. I do not know if we'll be able to hear it from in here, or if you will. I'll probably be able to hear it. Let's see. So far, so good. Oh, there it is. Still hear it. Not as bad as before, though. So we're gonna scooch around real quick. That doesn't sound like a ball joint. I might have a bad CV shaft. Let me see if you guys can hear it. After going over that footage, I think I might have a bad CV shaft. So, since everything in the car is 35, 36 years old, I've decided to just go ahead and order a new one. And we'll see how things go. I am just about to go to work, but let's check on that valve cover gasket. Well, I think that's looking pretty good. A little harder to see on the back, but I think that might have solved my oil leak. Or at least I hope so. Anyway, it's a little bit low. Wonder if it's time I replace this. Anyway, I should probably get going to work, so I'll save finding the wing nuts for the weekend. I hate wasps. As you can see, or hear rather, that was when I first discovered the bad CV shaft. But that does still take care of a few things that needed to happen. So, with those out of the way, and I also forgot to mention I needed to get the exhaust repaired, but $200 later and it's fixed. So, got those out of the way. The next major thing I needed to take care of was that gas smell. So, that didn't quite go as planned because it still smells like gas, but here's what I tried. Can't find my old one, so I've got a new jack and a new jack stand. We're going to see if I can install the grease zert on the ball joint here and get it greased up. It's not making any noise, but this is more of a preventative maintenance type of thing. Zert fitting installed, wheel bearing greased. Perfect. Well, here's the suspect for the gas smell, but I can't really... I mean, it doesn't smell like gas. Real ugly, though. And I've already cleaned most of it out, but real nasty under there. Let's see if maybe I can blow it out. Usually these have some sort of purge solenoid, but this looks to be some sort of different design. Maybe I just have to replace the whole canister. I don't know. Weird. Without this connected, this thing's running better than it ever has. If I cover these... Yeah, if I cover those, it runs like shit. Well, uncover them. Okay. Well, that might be some of my rough running issues. Maybe I can get a new one of these. No luck. This thing is unobtainium. Dealership can't get it, O'Reilly's can't get it, Advanced Auto Parts can't get it, Napa can't get it, AutoZone can't get it, so I'm going to have to dig around the deep recesses of the internet and see if maybe I can get something like this. This is completely clogged. No matter which one I put air into, it's just stuck. Well, maybe if I took this to work and got the air compressor, is it even worth it? I guess I'll see what a new one costs. Okay, so here is the scoop as far as this goes. That little breather filter was completely clogged up when I removed it. I can't find a replacement for this, so I took it to work. I removed the filter and cleaned it separately. And then I blew some compressed air into the fuel vapor line until I could feel air coming out below. And I did feel some coming out of here, which is good news. So this probably isn't bad. Anyway, we're going to throw it back in and see if I still smell gas. Some of you have been confused as to why I even care, but it's the gas fumes. I'm tired of smelling gas fumes. It's not a comfortable drive when there's a bunch of gas fumes just floating around the cabin, and nothing else seems to be leaking, so I'm hoping that this is it. That's literally it. You know, maybe it should breathe a little easier as well. Let's see if that helps at all. Well, I can still smell gas, so that didn't work. But it's lessened, I think. And there's one more thing I just remembered. That's supposed to be white. That's that's the vent filter from my valve cover. There's no PCV valve in this car. There's just a tube that goes straight from the valve cover to the intake, and this is the filter. And I don't think that this has ever been changed. I mean, so just put a new one on, and I guess I'll drive it around tomorrow and see if there's any difference. So where does that leave us exactly? Got the valve cover fixed. I've got the CV shaft diagnosed, and I did buy one. I've got one. Got the charcoal canister blown out, ball joints greased as best as I can. Let's do some quick cover-up painting. It is a beautiful 65-degree day, and I want to go for a drive. First, I need to get my gauge cluster back in. Well, the dashboard is fully installed. Alright, don't judge me. This filter here does not exist for filtration purposes. It exists because the fuel line was just a couple inches too short, and I needed something to bridge. Oh yeah, it was fine. Ugh. Unfortunately, I'm recording this on my phone. Yeah, it was pretty bad. One more. Well, that needs to be fixed, but that's okay. Well, it took some tightening, but I got it. On to something that I honestly shouldn't even be caring about right now, but a little bit of rust has been popping in a few places, so got this, and I don't really know why they gave the holes here, but that's what I've been doing. You know, professionally fixed. I've covered about 3 miles since I started recording. So, as you can see, I got my fuel filter and, well, technically 2 fuel filters changed, but I'm not sure if I'm even going to bother putting in a second one because I took it out to put in a line spacer, basically. Real dumb story, not going to get into it, but okay. What does that leave me with? What is there left to do? Well, I would like air conditioning for the trip, and ideally I would replace both of the pressure sensors, so I'm looking at about $60 there, give or take, roughly. I need some snap ring pliers to remove them, which, not expensive, but annoying that I need to buy another tool. Gotta turn off the camera again. Uphill now. Someone was parked in the crosswalk and giving me a dirty look for recording myself, but it is what it is. So that would be nice to have air conditioning again. Obviously, I've still got CV shaft to fix, but I'm gonna do that in Indiana when I have help. And time. That's a big one, time. I might do some quick additional paint patching. There's a few places where my crappy spray paint job has flaked off, on the plastic pieces, notably. On the metal, it's been pretty solid except for rust forming underneath, which is really annoying considering I rust treated as much as I could, and the rust treatment was expensive, and the rust treatment didn't work. So, let's do some paint patching, I guess? Paint, good enough. At least it's a nice walk, even if it is getting a little hot out. It was about 65 when I started, and throughout this 6-mile walk it's gotten up to about 78, so uncomfortable, but I'm almost there. What's left? Well, I could install my dash cam and the, well, rear camera as well. That's kind of important to me. I don't know if I'm going to get that done, but I'm going to try. So, my arm is getting tired. Let's install a dash camera. I have to do this fast. But yeah, I didn't tighten these enough, not even close. Yeah. Well, it's tightened. Lost one of my wing nuts. It fell down on top of the engine itself, and that's great. Anyway. Anyway, I need to get moving before it starts storming.
Okay. It has been a day, and it's only been a couple hours. So I just got back from Ace Hardware, where I bought my wing nuts, the missing one from my air cleaner. Now, they're $3 a piece, which is insane for the, just, it's a wing nut. Anyway, I lose them a lot. So I bought 3 of them. And I came outside with my nice little package. Popped the hood. Dumped the package out in my hand. All 3 of them bounced off my hand, bounced off the radiator, and disappeared somewhere down inside the plastic front clip. Ace Hardware wouldn't let me borrow a magnet. So, and of course, I have 3 of my tool bags with me, and each one of my tool bags should have a magnet in them, a little magnet on a stick. None of them do, they're all gone. So, you know, not going to let that ruin my day. I'm going to clean my windshield now because, where did I put it? I have a nice new dash cam to allow me to get rid of this ancient turd that I got from Walmart. Ooh, I still have a card in there, but I just... It'll be alright. What a day so far. Traffic is insane. People are cutting everyone else off. No one's using turn signals. Saw someone literally drive over the curb to get around someone at a turn signal, or someone drove over the curb, over the sidewalk, where people were, to cut off someone who was in the turn lane. Why? Alright, you saved half a second. Good job. Got glass cleaning done. What a day. The paper towels I was using were just leaving stuff everywhere. So I went back inside and I bought a microfiber cloth, which proceeded to leave even more stuff everywhere. So I went back to the paper towels, and you know, I think it'll be okay. Okay. Make sure that I put this on correctly. Okay. I think that'll do. So, this dash cam didn't come with instructions, which is kind of annoying. Mostly because it was not cheap. This one was $16 from Walmart. This one was $80 on Amazon. I'm like, you know what? I'll do the right thing. I'll get a good dash camera so I can actually make out license plates when people cut me off or try to brake check me, just in case something does happen. But well, that kind of sucks, actually. Come on. That'll do. No. Aim it down a little bit. Okay. I've done one thing today. I have accomplished one thing today. I'm gonna get some tacos. I'm done working on this today. I opened up the hood to check the gasket and see if it was still leaking, and as I opened up the hood,
That clip, which is supposed to be captive, magically fell off, bounced off the hot exhaust, and is now wedged right down there against the hot radiator. This is the cover for my timing belt. I'm done working on this today. Well, that kind of sucked, but could be worse. At this point, the only thing that's really left before my trip is to pack, sort my tools, you know, the boring things that I'm not going to have on camera. But I suppose I should clean the car before I show up and have people go when they have to sit in it. So with any luck, this will be the last part of my walking journey that you'll see, and the next thing that'll happen is I'll be in the car ready to go. Maybe.
Hello. I'm just gonna hope that my camera stops focusing and refocusing constantly, but it's really early in the morning. I can't leave yet because my Ford Crown Victoria is not done yet, so I figure we'll make some coffee, do a little lightning round of last minute repairs, and go from there, I guess. Whenever the Crown Vic's done is when I will leave. And just as a little reminder, this is where we came from.
It's bright outside. But yeah, that was when I first got the car. This is what we have now. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. But the biggest question is, how does she run? Like a top. So let's get that lightning round done. And more importantly for me, let's get that coffee done. Laptop updated. Oil change done. Tools mostly ready. Speakers installed. Rear facing camera installed. Okay, it's like 4:45 p.m. now. The Crown Vic didn't get fixed fast at all, but they explained to me why, and I understand it, just kind of. So I'm going to head on my way now. Everything's ready to go. All I need to do is stop by Dollar Tree for some snacks, a cold drink, and then we can answer the question, how does a 35-year-old Junkyard rescue handle a total about 900,000 mile road trip? So wish me luck. had to stop to pee, but this is a really, really cool rest area. Honestly, I would go a little further, but I've got a lawn tractor fuel pump on this thing, and I really don't want to try to reprime that. Well, I filled up with gas. Illinois is expensive, but I did the math and I'm only getting 27 miles to the gallon. Now, granted, the first quarter of that journey has spent at like 80 plus miles an hour, just trying to keep up with traffic, you know. Plus, for at least half the journey, possibly more than that, I had the window down, so I should be getting a lot better than that now, and I will see what it says when I get to Indiana. Well, it has been a weekend already. I did not record my entry, my phone was dead,
and I didn't record the family reunion because I didn't think it was really appropriate. But it was such a wonderful time. I met so many people I haven't seen in such a long time, and even a few people I hadn't met before. And one of my family members unexpectedly gave me a welder, which is awesome. I can use that once I fix it up a little bit. But yeah, I am very, very glad that everything has been working out so far this road trip. I still need to replace the CV shaft on this thing, and I don't know if it's audible on the microphone, but it's raining, so we'll figure it out. We are going to do a little get-together for Mother's Day, and yeah, so far so good. I don't know when I'm going to turn on the video again, but I'll see you then.
No, you don't go back. You got up. So later on, yes. And then you decided to walk back.
Well, the trip's over. It has been amazing. And now there's a siren. Okay. Well, that sucks. Anyway, there were a lot of things that were very private, family-oriented, things like that. I just didn't feel like I should record them, which means the vast majority of my weekend has been unrecorded. But it was worth it. So worth it. So many family members that I don't get to see ever, you know. I'm 400 miles away from them. And I couldn't have done this without their help. I don't want to get too into it in this video, but I had some pretty serious financial issues. The biggest one is I had set up a payment plan to pay my taxes at the end of the year, but I didn't finalize the plan. I thought I did, but I didn't. So when it came time for taxes to be due, the IRS just yoinked $2,200 out of my account, and I didn't have $2,200 to give them. So, but my friends helped, and my family helped. I don't want to call out names. I kind of feel that kind of thing is inappropriate, but you know who you are, and seriously, thank you. I could not have done this without you. I could not even close. I have 2 fully functional cars now, which is more than I usually have. I've got a van tailgating me, which is what I always have. But things are good. Things are stable and looking up. So, with my new CV shaft, now it's time to see what kind of gas mileage this car can get on the way back. Not going 85 miles an hour with the window down. So I'm going to stop by a gas station and fill up just before I get on the highway. And maybe, just maybe, I can make it all the way across Illinois without filling up. I'm hoping to fill up in Davenport. So we'll see. We'll see. It's one of those things where, like, in theory, if everything was working flawlessly and I didn't have a cheap eBay spoiler on the back of the car, I could get from Crown Point, Indiana to Ames, Iowa on a single tank of gas. But that's like everything working good with the wind at my back. So that's not going to happen. But we'll see what I can do. I'm hoping for like 34 to 35. And I'm hoping not to fill up in Illinois. Holy cow, the gas prices in Illinois. So anyway, I've got to focus on driving. So if you have made it this far in the video, I'm sorry.
But thank you. Thank you for watching, and I will catch you on the flip side. Give me, for you guys, a couple seconds. For me, 4 hours. Thought I would use more than that. I don't like these pumps. It's green, like diesel. But here at BP, the black ones are apparently diesel. As I'm setting out, my odometer reads 070785. A full tank of gas. We'll see how far that gets me. It's pretty good now, but it was stop and go for a few minutes there. Still not going the speed I want, and this is probably gonna negatively affect my gas mileage.
We'll have a good time then. Does anyone know wherever God goes when the birds turn the nights to hours?
I'm making some pretty decent time going across Illinois, and I can already tell I'm getting better gas mileage. Stopped at the Sap Bros to use the bathroom. Really awesome place, but getting out of the Sap Bros is weirdly complicated. You can't go out the way you came back in, so you have to take an access road about half a mile down in order to get onto a different road, which then gets back on the highway. Pretty good place though. Yeah. So, back to drive. Once again, not ideal. I'm not drinking anything, but I've had to pull over every 20 or 30 miles to pee. I'm not drinking anything. I'm dehydrated, probably. But even with that, and still going like 80 miles an hour, I'm getting 35 miles to the gallon. That feels good. That feels really good. I didn't make it all the way across Illinois. I decided to fill up at about half a tank because I really had to pee again, but 35 miles to the gallon. Okay, we are back in Iowa, and I have an issue. That keeps popping out when I'm on the highway. Not during regular city driving, but I'm losing a lot of oil that way. Now, this here goes underneath, and it follows the dipstick tube down to the crankcase. Pretty sure that's just a crankcase vent. This goes straight to the intake. That's a filter, but there's no PCV valve in there. Now this
I don't really know where it goes, but it looks like it goes just below the throttle body. Maybe even to the throttle body itself. So that's mighty suspicious, but, I mean, don't know what this is. What I should really do is check the shop manual that I have. So that is the crankcase vent. Okay, one thing identified. Well, there it is. It took me a hot minute to find it. Because that's wrong. This is not a push rod setup. I have an overhead cam. They didn't offer this setup for my car. This is not an available engine. But that should help. So, that's supposed to come out somehow? I mean, the manual showed the valve being like right there. Let me see what I can do. That was impossible to get out, but yeah, it does have one, and more importantly, I don't think it's supposed to freely flop back and forth like that, so that might just be my problem. I'm gonna go to the parts store and see if I can pick up a new one of these. I find myself pressed for time today, but the parts store didn't have it on hand. They should have it in about an hour or so, they said, which works for me because that'll still be before I leave for work, so I actually might have that fixed today, which is absolutely amazing. You know, I didn't actually stop to ask how much it was going to be, but I can't imagine it being that much. Online, I was seeing them for like $8 to $10, so if it's less than $20 in the store, I'll call it good. But yeah, a bad PCV valve, if it's stuck open, can cause all kinds of issues that I'm having. It can cause the, sorry, I was just at Taco Bell, and that is real greasy. It can cause the dipstick to pop out of its place. It can cause a smell of gas, which I've been complaining about for quite some time now. It can cause rough engine running because it's getting an improper air-fuel ratio, which I'm getting. This stupid little valve might be the cause of all my issues. I never thought to look under that weird rubber slug in the middle of the line. I didn't know what it was. But that's good. That's good. What an adventure, right? Okay. I'm gonna put the phone down. I will catch you in about an hour when I've got the part. Or, you know what, I'm just gonna pick the camera back up once I'm installing it, and we'll see how that goes. So, I hope this works. I really, really hope this works. I have the part. The problem is, all the things that are going wrong with the car could be caused by this. Or they could be caused by bad piston rings. Or they could be caused by bad seals, the valve guides. They could be caused by any number of things. They could be caused by a multitude of combining factors. I don't know. I'm really hoping it was this because this was $2. So it was hidden inside that. And to me, that doesn't look like a PCV valve, but I also have never had to worry about one, so, you know, maybe I'm just not quite so good at this. Anyway, time to take it on a drive and see if she's any different.
Well, it's running 500 RPMs lower. No stumble yet. Was that really all it was? Let's go for a little drive. So far, so good. I'm not exactly giving it the beans. Someone's car part. So I am going to punch it down this road in particular. I want to get the revs high to see if I can pop the dipstick out or if it's fixed. Alright, we hit about 5,500. I don't see a blue cloud of smoke behind me. Concerningly, my brake pedal just went to the floor. That's new. Okay, so far so good. We're gonna go on the highway. And one of the biggest things that used to happen is if I was at high RPMs and I let off the gas and then hit the gas again, I would get a blue cloud of smoke behind me for just a moment. Yeah, give me just a moment here. I wonder if the brakes feel different just because now there's no weird engine vacuum problems. I mean, I do have a vacuum-powered brake booster, so I don't know, I'll have to investigate that, but let's go ahead and get on the highway and see. I want you guys to watch behind me and see if there's a blue cloud of smoke when I let off the gas. I'll let you know when it happens. But she's running better than she ever has. Was that really my issue? Just that? A PCV valve? Okay, we're at 4,000. I'm gonna let off and hit the gas again. I still saw it. I'm gonna do it again. I didn't see it that time. We are consistently about 300 RPMs lower than what I would normally be at these speeds. How does that make any sense? Do it again. No smoke. The biggest thing now is to see if I smell gas. You can't, because you're watching this on a stream, but I'll let you know if I smell gas when I come to a stop. That was a big one. If this was a $2 PCV valve, I'm going to be simultaneously very happy and very upset, because this has been an issue that's been plaguing me for a very long time. No smoke. Okay. Roll down my window. Come up to a stoplight. Let's see if I smell any fuel. Well, hello there. Something's wrong with my brake pedal. It's all the way to the floor right now. I've got to fix that. Okay. Update, I've got it home.
I don't smell any gas, which is good, but yeah, that's that's a wheel cylinder. Well, at least it's something I can fix. I have to wrap it up. I can't keep this video going on forever, so other than the fact that we are leaving off with the PCV situation probably fixed, I can't really guarantee, I can't say, oh yeah, it's fixed now, because I've only had the one test drive and the driver's side rear wheel cylinder failed during that test drive. But you know, that's small stuff. Those are small things. I don't have to worry about that. A new wheel cylinder, what's that, like 30 bucks? Oh no. We're good, you know? I'm just happy that everything went well for the trip. And thank all of you who helped make it happen. I could not have done it without you. This is a company car. I'm not allowed to leave the state with it. So seriously, thank you, and thank you for watching.